I grew up in a very sheltered family life, especially when it came to music in South Africa as a Christian family. So, Weird Al Yankovic Story, like, I had no idea who Weird Al Yankovic was. So, when I had the screener for it, I thought, I'll give this a go. It's Daniel Radcliffe. I love his eclectic story. I love his eclectic style and what he chooses. I'm sure it's going to be good. And then my wife comes in, just, oh, you're watching this, and she knew everything about it. And so we have two different perspectives of people who watch this, from one knowing and one not knowing. And I put that all into this review. Let's jump in. Weird Al Yankovic Story explores every facet of Yankovic's life, from his meteoric rise to fame with early hits like Eat It and Like Asperger, to his torrid celebrity, love affairs, and famously depraved lifestyle. The first thing you should know about this film is it's not your typical kind of docudrama. It's not your typical kind of making of, or exactly like a lifestyle. It's not even like those ones we've had, like The Rocket Man. It's almost a parody of itself as we watch it, because the way people react, to each other, Al Yankovic's family, the way they talk with him, it's almost like a parody of the story that we're seeing. And that was a bit off-putting as I started it, but once you get into that, once you understand what the type of film that it is you're actually watching, it's kind of snapshots of his lifestyle as he grew up, as he grew into the weirdness that he is, how he came into his name, the people that he met along the way, the other actors, celebrities that are in this film that are acting like other characters that we know from real world, and seeing how they react to him. Then it becomes really interesting. And I have to say, Daniel Radcliffe knocks it out of the park. He is so great at taking on a persona and then becoming that. I didn't see Daniel Radcliffe, I saw Weird Al Yankovic. Now that I know who he is, my wife was like, yeah, perfect, got it right, got the voice right, got the inflections right, got the character right from what she knew. Possibly that music is going to have a resurgence, probably. The story itself was hard to get emotionally invested into around it. It was just weird, which I think it's interesting with the title. But when it comes to him and his family reactions, that is where the emotional heartbeat is. And then later on with the relationships or the brokenness of his lifestyle. So I think it's filmed really well. It's put together in a way that you can follow quite easily, but it'll have you a little bit squint-eyed. But at the end of the film, I think you'll come out going, that was really interesting, really different. I like the way they took that. Cinematography looks excellent. Obviously, the music is going to be, for some, that they want to see and they want to hear some of those songs, those knows. For those that don't, I think you'll be intrigued as to how you take a song that is popular and then put your own words to it, and then you understand it being funny, like a parody of itself, which is why the film is almost like a parody of itself. I think as a one-time watch, if you are coming from the perspective of not knowing anything about Weird Al, then I think you will enjoy it. And I think if you're coming from the perspective of knowing the music and the person, and you'll enjoy it even more. I don't think there's anything really to dislike except the style and how they do relationships in this film, how they show that. I think that might take you a little bit of time to get into. Other than that, I think it was really entertaining, really fun. Actually, a phenomenal performance from Radcliffe, and as a story that hasn't been told before, as far as I'm aware, I think it was great to see something really different and unique. Not a lot that I can dissect about it. I could go into relationships and spoil a little bit about the things that you see with some of the actors, but I don't want to do that. I think once you get into it, you'll find those surprises really quite fun. So I'm going to give this 3.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
You got one.
Let me know your thoughts and feelings about this film. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.